Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be considering 6x magnifier versus 3x magnifier. Okay, and I've done a bunch of videos. I've got a number of magnifiers. I've got the EOTech G31, I think it is. I forgot what the number on it is, but the point is, I got expensive magnifiers. I got budget magnifiers. So I can tell you guys 100%, no doubt. I don't care what brand you're using. 6x is always going to be better than 3x, okay? And we're going to talk about why. Put this down. So first of all, I've done a number of videos where I am shooting with a red dot and a 6x out to 500 yards, okay? So that is way easier to do with 6 magnification versus 3 magnification. Way easier. Now, besides just shooting at distance, what if you only shoot 100 yards, right? So over here, I was shooting this today at 100 yards. Okay. Oh, by the way, this is a AR9. Okay, so this shoots 9 millimeter. So I'm shooting this at 100 yards, and I pulled out this piece of cardboard that I had. I wanted a bigger piece of paper, right? Because I didn't know what the spreads were going to be. So what I did is I took this cardboard out and I just put a piece of blue tape on here. Okay, and I was going to shoot this with the 3x, right? The problem was at 100 yards, I cannot see this blue tape on this brown box. Okay, now if this was blue on white, I can usually see it, but it's blue on brown and it's kind of like in a shady area. I could not see it. I could not see this blue tape here at 100 yards with the 3x. I can see it with the 6x, okay? So this goes beyond just putting holes in paper, okay? This is a matter of, like, suppose somebody's camouflage, right? Like my jacket here, right? So what if I'm hiding out there somewhere, you know, in the brown and white over there, and I don't want to be seen? So just like I can see the blue tape on the brown paper with the 6x, whereas I can't see it with the 3x. The same thing is if somebody's hiding at just 100 yards, right? Because remember, at 100 yards, you know, what are you going to see? You're going to see, like, what, the top of the hat, right? What if it's like a boonie hat or something, you know? You might see a hand, you might see a foot. So 6x is going to give you a massive advantage at even 100 yards, okay? Now, the issue that usually comes up with the 6x is field of view, right? Because the field of view is naturally going to be smaller, okay? So the way this works is, normally I'm working without the magnifier, right? It's flipped to the side. If I'm doing any type of fast shooting, you know, I'm working with just the magnifier. So the way this works is when I get on my target, let's say at 100 yards or 500 yards, whatever it is, first I get the red dot on the target, okay? Once I'm on it, then I flip this over and I'm there, okay? So the more narrow field of view is not an issue, okay? If I need a wider field of view, then I just flip the magnifier off and I can usually do pretty good just with the red dot, okay? So the wider field of view that the 3x gives you, right? And I have a number of them, right? It's not like I don't have any, and, you know, that's why I hate them. I have a number of them, okay? I've got EOTech, I've got the Holosun, and I've tried a bunch others. Practically speaking, the 6x is going to give you an advantage. Now, you do have to get used to the smaller field of view, but at the point where you flip the magnifier over, okay, you've made a decision that, hey, 1x is not enough. I need to, like, really zero in, right? And then you flip the magnifier over when you're already on the target. So that's how you use the magnifier. And it's specifically for that person, for that purpose. You found your target, you're on it, red dot's on it, everything's kind of small. Flip it over, you got a better view. But without a question, 100%, you know, and I do this every day. 6x is way better than 3x. I don't think I will ever buy another 3x. Okay, you know, there's you know, I mean, I might buy it if, you know, I have 6x. If they come out with a 7 or 8x, I might consider that. As far as the size, the 6x is a little bit bigger than the 3x. It's a little bit wider, okay, but it's not that big of a difference where it's like, oh my God, this is taking up a lot more space. This is a lot more bulkier. It's a pretty small difference. And the great thing about the magnifier, you always want to have one that's quick detach, okay? Because you always want to be able to quickly remove it when you don't need it, okay? Right? You can quickly remove it. You can line up the rifle. You can give this to somebody else. You can use this as a monocular, right? So now I can, you know, one of the things, something that I can do with this that I can't do with an LPVO, right? Is because the LPVO, you can't point the gun at people, right? Unless they're a threat. So with this, I can remove this from the gun, and now I have a monocular that I can actually look at distance, right? And then if I need to put it back on the gun, I can put it back on the gun. So this is one of the big advantages of having a magnifier versus an LPVO. Let's get back on there. There we go. Went too far. Now, one of the things I don't like about the Vortex is the quick attach has a really big lever. It doesn't need to be that big because I have to move this up a little bit because I need to be able to get my finger in there. So they could have designed this a little bit better. The Holosun does have a better quick attach design because when this folds, it doesn't stick past the base, okay? So I do like the quick attach of the Holosun, but a lot of people have reported these things breaking. The way they usually break, the way it usually breaks is the locking piece falls out, okay? Because it hasn't happened on any of mine, but I've seen it happen on my on this over here on my 510Cs, right? Because there's a locking mechanism in there. On two of them, that the locking, it doesn't need it, it'll still stay in place, but this is, it literally just locks it so that the lever can't flip up. But even if it falls out, I mean it's not, the thing's not going to open up, okay? So there's like a secondary lock, basically. So that's the only issue that I've seen with the Holosun quick detaches, and it's basically on the secondary lock. The primary lock I've never seen break. Not that it can't, but I've just never seen it. So I wanted to answer that question because people have asked me in the comments, but I wanted to do a video on it. If it comes up in the comments, I'll answer it. But I wanted to do a video on it. 100%, no doubt about it. 6X is better than 3X. I probably don't think I'll ever buy another 3X again. If you ever see me reviewing a 3X, it's because somebody gave it to me or I'm borrowing it from somebody to do a review on it. But as far as me purchasing it with my money, it's got to be a 6X, guys. So drop some comments. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll talk to you all soon. Oh, by the way, on this is a Palmetto PX9 9mm. I was shooting it yesterday with the 3X, and the groups were like pretty wide. They were like 6 inches at 100 yards. Today I shot it with the 6X, 5 shots with CCI Blazer on the 9mm. I got all 5 shots are in 2 inches. Okay. Normally I take the best 4 out of 5. So if I take the best 4 out of 5, I got 1.5 inches with 9mm at 100 yards. Okay. Now I have a bunch of, like this one over here. I was shooting this 9mm AR, and again the groups were pretty wide yesterday. So I'm going to shoot it again today with the 6X, and I'm going to see if I do better with it or using the 6X, because I know with this one over here, when I shot it, I did much better today using the 6X today versus the 3X yesterday. So just on improving your groups, right? Being able to have a good holding. As far as being able to have a good holding point, okay, it makes a big difference on being able to see the bullseye and hold underneath it. And what I did here, since these are 2M weight dots, I don't put the 2M weight dot on top of it. Because it'll completely cover it up. What I'm doing is I'm putting it underneath it and I'm hitting over it. And what I actually did is I adjusted this because I want it on the 9mm. I want it impacting a little bit higher. Because right now it looks like it's impacting on the bullseye at 100 yards. Actually, when I'm holding underneath it. It's impacting just above it. I need it going a little bit higher because I like being able to shoot this out to 200 yards. So I want to be just a little bit higher. I'm going to shoot this again. But the point is that, look, man, 9mm, right? I'm getting like 2-inch groups at 100 yards with the 6X, whereas I couldn't hit it with the 3X. Okay. So anyway, drop some comments. Talk to you all soon.